I cannot tell you how much I admire everybody in that office.
That just blesses me to hear that. At Genesis, we accept most major insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. Call me. 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922 or online at genesisback.com.
660 AM. The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You're Dwight, right? What is it? You're Byron. Okay, I knew it was something like that. Byron's coming in here to take the garbage out. How you doing, Byron? Hey, listen, Byron.
Thank you too,
Byron. Yeah. No, don't try to stuff me into the can, Byron. Byron, that's not funny. That's yeah. I know it would make the show better, Byron. Thank you. Hey, listen.
I think it'd make it better.
Byron, I forgot my thing, right? So that window, that first window out of the escape thing, the exit door out there, I got my fingerprints on the window. Can you fix that for me, brother? Here a minute. It's Byron, my buddy. He's a good guy. He does look like Abraham Lincoln. He does. He's got that beard. He's got that Abraham Lincoln thing. We got to get him a hat. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. You are listening to the Wells Report. Listen, this is serious business here. The Democrat Party is, I don't know whether they think they're hurting themselves or not. I don't know whether they believe that they can do without white and Christian voters. It seems to me that what they are doing is they say they're becoming more diverse. What they are is they are becoming the party of Hispanics and American blacks, with Hispanics outnumbering everyone else in the entire party. Is that their political future? Is that where they want to go? Because that's where they're going. And what they're doing is they are abusing people to get there. They're abusing their own voters to get there. You know, I'm a white, old. I mean, I'm 58. I'm a white American, and I've been a Republican my whole life. Ever since I was like 18, I suddenly realized I need a government that stays out of my way. These people don't know what they're doing. Remember, that was somewhere along the line of in the 70s, you know, and it was kind of a bad day for America. So all I can say is we go through all of this stuff is that the Republican Party is essentially staying where it's supposed to from a standpoint of what you would expect the Republican Party to do. But there are huge changes happening in the Democrat Party as white and Christian voters are abandoning their D's. Isn't it interesting that the corresponding swell in independent voters is becoming an issue? Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not happy with the Republican Party either. And so I represent those people that are leaving the Republican Party for a more conservative look, a more constitutionally conservative group of people to hang with, because I don't get what the Republican Party is trying to do. I want a conservative party to be a part of, and I'm going to find one. If it's the Republican Party, okay. If it's not, well, then it's a brave new world as we watch all of these political demographics change. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. More in just a moment.
Talk radio has replaced the town square as the place America goes to talk about the issues of the day. We talk about today's challenges from the standpoint that every problem we face has a solution, and the solutions we choose must keep America great. This is Debbie Georgatos. America Can We Talk is a woman's voice for America's future. Tune in Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer or online at americacanwetalk.org. We talk truth about America.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-600-4851. Strict limit of one per household.
I used to be plagued by pot belly and constant bloating. After taking new biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. If your belly flattening results are too dramatic, simply reduce use to every other day. Think you might be bloated? See how much flatter New Biotics makes your belly. But hurry, call now for details while we're still giving it away for free. 1-800-600-4851. That's 1-800-600-4851. 1-800-600-4851.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family to help make sure they'll be taken care of? If you answered need life insurance, if you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-600-6316. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-600-6316. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-600-6316. 1-800-600-6316.
If you're a business owner, I want you to imagine standing on home plate in front of a sold-out crowd of 50,000 raving fans at a professional baseball game. They give you the microphone and you have 60 seconds to tell the crowd why they should do business with you. Out of 50,000 people, do you think you might get some new customers? Sure you would. Now imagine you could do that in front of 4 sold-out baseball games. That's 200,000 people. Did you know that's how many people listen to 660 AM The Answer every week? And you have the opportunity to stand in front of the 660 AM The Answer microphone and get 60 seconds to tell our raving fans all about your business. You think you'd get new customers if you did that? You bet. The businesses you hear on 660 AM The Answer are knocking it out of the park with new customers. If you're open to seeing how much it costs to advertise your business on 660 AM The Answer, send an email request to advertise@ksky.com. That's advertise@ksky.com. Let's play ball.
American Leak Detection. Leak detection without destruction. We find leaks without bashing a hole.
Hi, Will Nell with American Leak Detection. When the weather is dry, many people believe their foundation is failing, when in fact, what you have is a plumbing leak. Leaking pipes under your slab can cause movement in your foundation and expensive damage to your home. So before you have your foundation fixed, you should get your plumbing checked. With state-of-the-art technology, American Leak Detection is the only name to call. We are the original leak specialists. We can locate your plumbing leak without destruction and then repair it. Don't let a plumbing leak under your foundation go undetected or waste money on unnecessary foundation repair. Go to AmericanLeakDetection.com today. That's AmericanLeakDetection.com.
We're American Leak Detection. American Leak Detection.
Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. Have you received a letter or personal visit from the IRS? Has the IRS garnished your paycheck or seized your bank account? If so, you need to take action now. Wall & Associates is the most powerful tax resolution firm in the world. We develop trust with our free face-to-face consultation. Call 1-800-983-3313 to get immediate help. Wall & Associates can help you. 1-800-983-3313 or visit us at wallandassociates.net.
660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report. A daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. I have 3 articles here that disturb me greatly. And I think they disturb you greatly. A little bit of background information before we go any further. I am as unimpressed with the NCAA as any human being could possibly be. I think the NCAA is a group of pompous, arrogant guys who want to tell college athletes what they can and cannot do at every given moment of every given day. And I find it repugnant. Now, please understand something. You know, I'm a pretty independent guy. But we're talking about destroying perfectly good college athletic programs because somebody bought a suit. We're talking about things. We're talking about a business every year that cashes in the billions that won't give a piece of a jersey sale to one of the athletes who's making all that money possible. Now, we're not talking about whether or not they're being paid properly with their education. I assure you they're not being paid properly with their education. Johnny Manziel is going back to where is he going back to?
A&M.
He's going back to Texas A&M for Parks and Rec. Is that what he's doing?
I think so.
Yeah, he's going back for Parks and Rec. How much money did Johnny Manziel make for Texas A&M? More than he is going to make as a Park and Rec's, executive, no matter where he works. They could have given him a piece of the jersey revenue. Not at the beginning. Don't give it to him at the beginning. Not while he's a student. Don't do it. When he gets finished with his degree, on the day he graduates with his degree, give him his jersey money. But like I said, the NCAA is a bunch of arrogant jerks, blowhards, guys that would not have anything to do if it wasn't for the fact that they were creating a rules package that they enforced with a hammer. So that being said, let me tell you that the NCAA has, without any blink, any glimmer of any concern whatsoever, joined the ranks of the progressive left in the United States. And you know what? I'm not going to buy in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to walk away from the NCAA because there's nothing in it for me. These guys are un-American. And now what they're doing is they're throwing their weight around and hurting people who want to live in a state their way. It's un-American. And they can be leftist, un-American thugs all they want to. But they're going to have a real hard time justifying their existence when suddenly all those stadiums are empty. And suddenly there are just not that many people driving around with their flags, stuffed in their windows. Because let me tell you something. Most Americans know what restroom to use. Let me get to Steve in Garland. Steve, what do you think about all this?
Well, basically, I think that North Carolina should sue the NCAA for blackmail.
Well, it's not a suable offense. It's more of a criminal offense, but I don't think it's blackmail. I think it's something that the NCAA can do. I just think it's really ill-advised.
No, it's real simple. It's blackmail. You either telling North Carolina you either repeal the law and basically have transgender restrooms, or we'll pull all NCAA events from your state. It's blackmail. Plain and simple.
Well, that's what they're doing.
That
is exactly what they're doing. You're right, but it's not a criminal act of blackmail. Okay, you've got to think of something else. Extortion that's not quite right either. What it is very simple. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face. Listen to this from ABC News. After similar decisions by the NBA and the NCAA, the Collegiate Atlantic Coast Conference yanked its planned championship games for the upcoming season from North Carolina, citing concerns over the Tar Heel State's controversial House Bill 2, called the Bathroom Bill. The announcement follows the NBA's decision in July to move the 2017 All-Star Game out of the state, and the NCAA's announcement of Monday that it's going to relocate 2016-17 season championship games that had been planned for the state. Every one of our 15 universities is strongly committed to these values, and therefore we will continue to host ACC championships at campus sites. We believe that North Carolina House Bill 2 is inconsistent with these values, and as a result, we will relocate all neutral site championships for the 2016-17 academic year. Non-championship ACC games will continue to be played in North Carolina because there's money to be made. I mean, we can't let hypocrisy cost us money. The decision means the championship games for baseball, women's soccer, football, men's and women's swimming and diving, women's basketball, men's and women's tennis, and men's and women's golf will be taken away from the state. It's not going to cost them a lot of money. It's not going to be a big deal. The three sports organizations cited concerns over HB2, which critics have derided as sanctioning discrimination against lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans people. Among other directives, the measure mandates that government agencies and public schools and colleges designate multi-occupancy bathrooms and locker rooms for use on the basis of people's biological sex, as stated on their birth certificate. You know, like it's always been for the last 400 years. The law's proponents say it's necessary to protect women and children from sexual offenders who might claim to be transgender in order to access bathrooms of the opposite sex, which has already happened. The North Carolina governor's office did not immediately comment on the ACC decision. Republican leaders in the states blasted previous decisions, calling the NCAA a multi-billion-dollar tax-exempt monopoly. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory, a Republican, said the league was failing to show respect for the court system. Not just the court system, but the people of North Carolina, the system of government in the United States. The NCAA does not get to dictate to the people of a state, through their representatives or not, what laws they will pass and what laws they won't pass. This is a dramatic overreach based on nothing more than just plain stupid political ego. A representative for the state's Republican Party, Cammie Mueller, went further, saying the NCAA's decision was an assault to female athletes across the nation. I wish the NCAA was this concerned about the women who were raped at Baylor. After the NBA decision, McCrory said that American families should be on notice that selective corporate elites are imposing their on communities in which they do business by Democrat and legal processes. He's right. These are sports leagues. They're turning into leftist, ideological bullies. How dare the NCAA impose political ideology on any state? How dare they? You know what I say if I'm living in North Carolina? Good flippin' riddance. Good riddance. You know, I keep trying to figure out how many times. How much money has Duke University, North Carolina, all these schools, how much money have they pumped into the coffers of the NCAA, the ACC? How many players have they provided the NBA? What is the story here? It seems to me what is going on is nothing short of, like I said, it is the case of the varsity sports athlete kicking the crap out of the kid that disagrees. It's nothing more than bullyism. It's awful. National Review, David French, says this. It's quite funny, actually. Striking the latest blow for pregnant and chest-feeding men, the NCAA has mounted its righteous high horse and is pulling 7 championship events from North Carolina venues. The Tar Heel State UC has this hateful audacity to mandate that its citizens use public bathrooms that correspond to their biological sex. Who wants that? The NCAA decision comes on the heels of the NBA pulling its All-Star game from Charlotte, and in the midst of a rolling series of small-scale, though much hyped, national anthem protests at NFL football games. Now the ACC buys in. Before I turn to larger issues, says David French, can we just take a moment to ponder the pathetic absurdity that is the NCAA? This is an organization that reaps billions of dollars of rewards off the labor of disproportionately poor and minority students while imposing on them as a condition for even participating in college sports, economic restrictions not imposed on any other college student. So-called student athletes don't own their time or even the rights to use their own names. The vast majority of them don't go on to play pro sports, so they're effectively prevented from making money during the time when their earning potential is at its highest. But the NCAA is now suddenly discovering social justice. Please. The NCAA has turned itself into the peak representative of progressive hypocrisy. Simply put, there aren't many cultural spaces remaining where Americans can meet on more or less neutral ground, where Americans of all faiths and political beliefs can meet, unite, and share a positive communal experience. Now, the NCAA, the NBA, and the ACC want to make it possible for somebody like me to take my wife and maybe my son and daughter to a game at some NCAA venue and wonder whether or not they're going to get flashed by some political or, some sexual idiot who feels pretty today. No. No. This National Review article is brilliant. David French really hits it out of the park here. North Carolina needs to ignore the NCAA. They need to ignore the NBA. They need to ignore the ACC for as many years as it takes for these people to realize that they don't get to call the shots coming out of the North Carolina legislature or any other state legislature. Who do these people think they are? All you got to do is stop watching college football games. It's all you got to do. It might take a while. But everybody in the United States of America needs to wake up and see what the NCAA, the NBA, and the ACC is doing to North Carolina. And for those people who, don't live their entire life revolving around a college athletic team, I think I'm the only one in this building right now that can say that. All I can tell you is that the next time you catch yourself watching an NCAA event on television, turn the flippin' channel. This is the Wells Report.
How will the future affect the money decisions you make now? Find out Saturday morning with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell on Smart Money. Smart Money will bring you the latest information regarding financial markets and what it means to you and your investment and retirement portfolio. Not knowing could be costly. Smart Money, a voice of experience and integrity, with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell. Saturday mornings at 8 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, I'm Gary Sinise. Since 2001, the Air Power Foundation has helped so many in our military, from the children of our fallen heroes to our wounded service members and those in our special operations community. That's why I'd like you to join me Saturday, October 22nd at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport as I co-host the American Airlines Skyball, a wonderful fundraising event in support of the Air Power Foundation, our nation's oldest military nonprofit organization. The evening includes a special dinner prepared by celebrity chef Robert Irvine and finishes with a private concert by country music superstar Tim McGraw. So many in our military have sacrificed so much for our freedoms. I hope you'll consider joining us on October 22nd. Go to skyballinfo.com for more information on how you can attend and support this great event. Again, that's skyballinfo.com. Thank you.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Good Feet. One of the reasons it's such a joy to hang out with these folks is they have such great stories of helping people who have tried other things that did not work. And getting out of foot pain is a thing of joy to behold. Ask them at Plano, Fort Worth, and South Lake, the 3 locations of Good Feet, or go to goodfeetdfw.com. Listen, as one of the good folks at Good Feet talks about what it's like to help people, to watch them come in for a solution that actually works.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue. They're searching, they're grasping at straws because they've been trying other products and they've bought something that they thought was going to help solve their problem, and it didn't.
The good people of Good Feet with solutions that are real, not the plasticky gel, one size fits most nonsense. Nope, but the sizes, the styles for men, for women. Get out of pain today. Foot pain can become back pain, hip pain, leg pain. GoodFeetDFW.com, Plano, Fort Worth, or Southlake. GoodFeetDFW.com. Check them out today.
We are visiting our friend Chef Tom Fleming at Crossroads Diner. What do you have cooking today, Tom?
Let me ask you a question. Where you been getting your fried yardbird on lately? I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's fried chicken. Well, at the diner, we do it a little bit different. Hand-pounded, hand-breaded, fried to order, and it comes with the best smooth, warm, creamy brie cheese. And then we top it with, oh my God, I can't even believe this, a tomato caper relish that is just out of this world. So if you've been eating fried yardbird somewhere else, come by the Crossroads Diner because my yardbird's the best.
Fresh ingredients sure to please any sophisticated palate and taste at affordable diner prices in a casual environment. Crossroads Diner. Come eat with them at their new location, now at the corner of Preston and Campbell in the Kroger Shopping Center. Open for breakfast and lunch, Tuesday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or visit them on the web at crossroads-diner.com. Home-style goodness meets traditional diner. Great recipes, fresh ingredients, comfortable environment, and genuine hospitality are the heart and soul of Crossroads Diner. They'll be waiting for you.
Hey there, this is Eric Metaxas. Lately, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs. Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. While there are a lot of universities who've jumped into online education, few can deliver on the promise of a quality education with such flexibility, and even fewer can actually point to a graduate of their online program like my friend Morgan from Nashville.
I did it. I actually got my degree from Liberty University. 2 degrees, actually. Not only has this process taught me self-discipline, I've also learned that it is never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I did it all online. I did it, and you can too.
Call Liberty University now at 800-424-9595. That's 800-424-9595, 800-424-9595, or visit liberty.edu/online. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online.
First, Gary from accounting came in with the sniffles. Just a cold, he said, but it was not a cold. Then Janet breaks out in a heavy sweat. It's the flu. Then round and round the office it goes. But when it's your turn, well, it's not going to be your turn because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they're waiting for the coughing, sore throat, aching flu to pass, you can go to the big game. Score! Shield yourself with a flu shot from Rite Aid before it's too late. No appointments necessary, and it's free with most insurance. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. only for Texas. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
Yeehaw! How many NCAA officials does it take to screw in a light bulb? Only one. They stand up on their high horse, hold the bulb still, and wait for the entire world to revolve around them. No? Okay, how about this one? How many NCAA officials does it take to screw in a light bulb? 0. They get a poor minority athlete to do the job for them and then give them a worthless diploma. What do you think? The first one was better? Sorry, Ebo. I wrote the first one. Ebo wrote the second one. It's all available to you right now on the YouTube live events video. Ebo is not a racist. He's a leftist. He hates everyone. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. You're listening to the Wells Report on Thursday. I absolutely hate the NCAA. Hate the NCAA. You know I'm right. You know I am. I mean, what does the NCAA do for most people? Nothing. 866-660-5759. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. Coming up in just a couple of seconds, you're not going to believe what the DHS has done. The Department of Homeland Security, you won't believe it. I'll tell you what it is next. Okay, you'll believe it. It's the Wells Report. Stay right there.
The Mark Davis Show.
Another week comes to an end. We don't have many more before the election, and in fact, just 1 week before the debate. So we'll examine Hillary on the campaign trail. There she was. Wrap up the week in local news and see what life has handed you on the family front, consumer issues, social media adventures. We talk about it all. Do come join us for a very festive Friday show.
The Mark Davis Show. Weekday mornings at 7, right before Mike Gallagher at 10 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Ask the Expert. We're with Jay Peak, speaker, author, financial educator. Jay, you recently co-authored a book with international writer and business coach Brian Tracy. Can you tell us a little bit more about the book and who it's for?
Yeah, absolutely. I co-authored the book for everybody curious about safe money strategies. And, the book is a great way for our clients to learn more about our philosophies and to see if we're really a good fit for them.
And how can people get this book?
Well, for everybody listening today, they can go to our website at peakfinancialcorporation.com and request a free copy of my national selling book, or they can call us at 844-J-PEAK. That's 844-529-7325.
Everyone really can benefit from this book. It's called Success Today. You could go online to peakfinancialcorporation.com and you'll get a free copy of it, or you could call 844-529-7325. That's 844-JAYPEAK. That's going to do it. Make sure to keep listening for the next episode of Ask the Expert.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friend Josh DeShong. The real estate world of Josh DeShong sells houses when others cannot. I am living proof. Lisa and I are so thrilled with Josh. He came in and sold our house with blinding speed. You want a promise. You want somebody who's going to sit down with you and say, I promise to sell your house. Most folks won't do this. Josh will. His website is getsold.net, and he is telling you your house will get sold. How does he do this? Well, you call him at the number I'm about to give you. He sits down with you and says, let's arrive at an agreed upon price and an agreed upon time frame. If that house of yours does not sell at that price in that time frame, he, Josh DeShong, simply buys your house. That's it. You're out. You're at closing. You move on. So call him and call him today. Don't waste a day. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644. D Magazine Best Realtor 3 years in a row. I'll love him forever. Josh DeShong, getsold.net. 972-325-6644.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler.
It's great to be back on the campaign trail.
Hillary Clinton holding a news conference after that speech in North Carolina, asked about her bout with pneumonia.
This was an ailment that many people just power through, and that's what I thought I would do as well. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to, quit campaigning. I certainly didn't want to miss the 9/11 memorial. As a senator at that time, I consider it a sacred moment, and I was determined to get there.
In New York, Donald Trump delivering a speech on the economy. He wants to
lower our taxes, remove destructive regulations,
including food safety and environmental regulations. Trump addressing a rally in New Hampshire tonight, also appearing on The Tonight Show. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
Got a crack? Go Power Jack. Have you noticed cracking in or around your home? Is it getting to be more than you can handle? Call the professionals at Power Jack Foundation Repair. We can help. Now offering an exclusive patented steel pier system for slab repair. It gives your home the lift it needs in a single hydraulic powered motion. We know you want peace of mind when it comes to your home and your family's safety. That's why Power Jack Foundation Repair is proud to be the only authorized provider of the next level in foundation repair here in the Metroplex. Go powerjack.com to schedule your free in-home consultation or call 866-638-PJFR. That's 866-638-7537. Locally owned and operated since 2001, Power Jack Foundation Repair at gopowerjack.com. Got a crack? Go Power Jack.
The following is an incredible, life-changing free offer for anyone with hearing problems who wants to start hearing everything more clearly again. We're now offering free in-home trials of a revolutionary hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear to anyone who calls this special toll-free number now, 1-800-500-0409. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen, precisely designed by top audio engineers. It adjusts to let you find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. Don't miss this special life-changing opportunity to hear everything more clearly again for free with a 100% free in-home trial, free shipping, and even free batteries for life. For free information, call now, 1-800-500-0409. That's 1-800-500-0409. 1-800-500-0409.
If you're a business owner, I want you to imagine standing on home plate in front of a sold-out crowd of 50,000 raving fans at a professional baseball game. They give you the microphone and you have 60 seconds to tell the crowd why they should do business with you. Out of 50,000 people, do you think you might get some new customers? Sure you would. Now imagine you could do that in front of 4 sold-out baseball games. That's 200,000 people. Did you know that's how many people listen to 660 AM The Answer every week? And you have the opportunity to stand in front of the microphone and get 60 seconds to tell our raving fans all about your business. You think you'd get new customers if you did that? You bet. The businesses you hear on 660 AM The Answer are knocking it out of the park with new customers. If you're open to seeing how much it costs to advertise your business on 660 AM The Answer, send an email request to advertise@ksky.com. That's advertise@ksky.com. Let's play ball.
Hi, I'm Michael, featured in Success Magazine 3 times for changing thousands of lives financially by creating part-time, full-time incomes and creating millionaires. I'm doing it again. Thanks to Don Barry, a triple board certified thoracic heart surgeon and renowned biochemist, along with the help of Texas A&M and years of research, Dr. Barry has created the greatest anti-aging serum in the world.
I'm Doug Donnelly, former wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not being paid to endorse this product. I'm doing so because I use it and I love it.
I'm Linda, a local ranch owner. I've had the luxury of buying the best skincare products in the world. I cannot believe this anti-aging serum. It's amazing.
I am building a team and creating life-changing income for people just like you. Get a free month supply for those who qualify. Call our answering service. Leave your name, number, and the best time to call you. 800-510-1645. That's 800-510-1645. Again, 800-510-1645.
Hey everybody, Mark Davis for my friends at Zero Res. The turn to cooler weather means more activity, a lot going on, maybe more rain, more mud, more need to clean the carpet. So there's more reason than ever to call Zero Res for the $33 per room Mark Davis Show special. 214-37-CLEAN, 214-37-CLEAN, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized. Then let them clean other stuff. Hardwood floors, fantastic shine. Drapes, upholstery, they do it all. When they're done, $50 gift certificate to Estilo Gaucho Brazilian Steakhouse. 214-37-CLEAN for Zero Res. 214-37-CLEAN.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
It's probably been about 10 years ago. I had quite a few credit cards, and it was just getting to be too much, so I called Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
They met with me, and they were able to get all of my credit cards in one lower payment. Now we're doing a lot better.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. I am currently broadcasting live on YouTube Live Events. You know what this means? This means that you can go to YouTube Live Events, or you can go to my. You know what? I haven't put these up on. I haven't put this up on my Facebook pages yet. I didn't put the link up on my Facebook page. Go to YouTube.com, right? And hey, somebody on the chat room, do me a favor. Tell me how they can find the Wells Report without going to my Facebook page, so I can read this. Will you tell me how to? You see the people that are watching the show right now on YouTube Live Events? They know more about how they do what they do than I do. I mean, we started this off on Justin TV years ago, where we would broadcast the show live, and I got to be honest with you, you know, it took me a long time to figure out how to do it. So I finally figured out how to do this too. So what I need to know is, if you're watching
how you can get there.
YouTube, if you're watching the YouTube thing, how do you find it on YouTube? YouTube.com, and then search Jon-David Wells. Okay, go to. Okay.
I missed you too.
Okay, that was funny. All right, so here you go. Go to YouTube.com, and then when you get to YouTube.com, search Jon-David Wells. Remember, my name is JONDAVIDWELLS. Okay, Jon-David Wells. And the Wells Report will pop up, and then you'll be able to see me resplendent in my beautiful blue shirt, which matches my tongue. Oh, by the way, Vicky wants to remind you that when you're going to patriotmobile.com, that WELLS is the code that you enter to get a special sweet super deal on your next phone. Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to tell them that because I want them to go look for their super sweet deal by punching in WELLS on patriotmobile.com.
Because we don't want more money sent to the Democrats.
We don't want more money sent to the Democrats. You're absolutely right. And big mobile companies send the money that you pay them to Democrats. You didn't know that? Yeah, that's why Patriot Mobile is one of our most important sponsors on the Wells Report. Okay? And while we're completely destroying this entire segment already anyway, no, we're not. I'm just trying to tell you this. The Wells Report is a fine radio broadcast. It truly is. The three of us Executive producer Vicky Stifer, Matt Swinney, and myself work excessively hard on this broadcast. And what we do, and I think you figured this out, is we bring you the real news. We let you know what's actually going on. Because that's what the press is supposed to do. There's no secret sauce. We're just doing what journalists should be doing in the United States. Presenting the news. Now, do we analyze it? Do we get the facts? Do we develop opinions? Do we talk about those opinions? Do we debate those opinions? Yes. Yes. And if you agree with those opinions, that's wonderful. And if you disagree with those opinions, then you need to get on the phone and say, I disagree, and here's why. Politely, respectfully. Because all of us can agree on just about everything. But that's not good enough for the United States. And it's time that we get together and actually try to come up with the best possible solution for the United States of America, the country we love and live in. Now, all that being said, none of this matters. None of the effort, none of the thinking, none of the debate, none of the conversations, none of it matters if you don't support the sponsors of this broadcast. Because one of the things about a free market society, a free market capitalist society, is that what you do has to earn a living. So when you hear us saying, hi, I'm Jon-David Wells for Patriot Mobile, do me a favor, call Patriot Mobile. When you hear me talking about, I don't know, talk about Walt Parker, investingmakesmesick.com. Contact Walt. Right? When you hear me talking about Zero Res, Reliant Heating and Air Conditioning, Gorman Heating and Air. When you hear me talking about Classic Chevrolet, when you hear me talking about those sponsors, Al Lam Honda. When you hear me talking about those sponsors, go and see them. Tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report, like I said, on every single spot that I do. Tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report. It is just and it is right that this broadcast be part of a money-making endeavor. I wouldn't have it any other way. But if you believe in what this show's all about, support the sponsors. It's important. Because I don't know what you'd be listening to if we weren't here. But I guarantee you, the people that would be doing it would care a whole hell of a lot less than the people who are doing it now. Just saying. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Federal lawmakers seeking to pinpoint the number of illegal immigrants who successfully sneak across the southern border ordered up a special report from the Department of Homeland Security. The Department of Homeland Security immediately underwent the investigation for the report, sat down and actually produced a report seeking to pinpoint the number of illegal immigrants who successfully sneak across the southern border every single year. Now, the problem is the agency, the Department of Homeland Security, the multi-trillion-dollar behemoth that is theoretically trying to make your life safer in the United States, refuses to release the report. Go ahead and guess why. The Department of Homeland Security refuses to release it and has instead chosen to cite a misleading statistic that overstates the number of people who are caught at the border by the Border Patrol and other agencies. The Department of Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, the Department of Homeland Security and Secretary Jay Johnson swear they're not holding back the report. But sources say it was completed in November, and it shows that roughly half of the adults who attempt to cross the border make it. Approximately 250,000 in total. But that number is at odds with the DHS's official estimates. The agency claims authorities catch 80% of the adults trying to sneak in. Critics say the figure is padded to make it appear that border security is more effective than it really is. Listen to this. John Lott is the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center. He's familiar with the report. Here's what he says. The Obama administration knows the number of illegal aliens successfully getting across the Mexican border is, wait for it, 158% higher than they are telling the American people. The administration has made fraudulent changes in the numbers to hide this fact. A source familiar with the report said it very plainly. Listen to this. If the report was released by the Obama administration, the true numbers could have a major implication in the current presidential race, in which illegal immigration and border security have become a key issue. DHS is thus suppressing the report for political reasons because it would look bad and help elect Donald Trump. This is public corruption. This is public corruption. The United States of America is, honest to goodness, becoming a banana republic. If you don't like the story, you just change the story. If you don't like the realities of the situation and you happen to be in charge, President Obama, what you do is you just change the statistics until they meet your expectations. Republican lawmakers are furious. Well, then do something about it, pals. Don't just stand there in a big kerfuffle and say, my God, you know, we run the Senate and the House and we're outraged. Yeah. Yeah, we're in charge of the Senate and the House and we're furious. Uh-huh. And what are you going to do? We're going to stand here in front of a camera and glower. That's the best glower you have? Well, yeah. Well, I'm not wearing makeup. It's a lot more frightening when I've got my makeup on. Yeah. What, did you go to the same makeup artist as John Kerry? Why do we have the Department of Homeland Security? I've been trying to get that question answered since it came into existence. You know, you're not going to believe this, but President Bush will not answer or will not call me on the telephone with the answer. Come on, President Bush. Come on, you don't know me from deep center field. Well, you do? Oh, you remember that part when I was talking about how you and your father and your brother have chosen political irrelevance? You remember that? So you're not going to talk to me? No, sir, I wasn't kidding. I was telling the truth. Hello? Hello? Oops. So like I said, I have no idea why the Department of Homeland Security is even in business. I don't know what they do. Near as I can tell, the only thing they do is make Democrats look good in government. You know what we need? Less of that. What we need is we need agencies in government that make politicians look like what they actually look like. Don't you think? This is the Wells Report.
The Mike Gallagher Show.
We're on to Cleveland, Ohio for our Decision 2016 tour. The crowds, the excitement have been incredible. The Pew Research Center found that white and Christian voters are fleeing the Democratic Party in droves. They found a 29-point gap, the largest ever between the GOP and the Democrats. What's behind the demographic switch? Also, real coup here. I'll talk to someone who may or may not be Hillary's actual doctor.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 10, right before Dennis Prager at noon on 660 AM. The Answer.
You need a plan as you get closer to retirement. A plan that'll take you from where you are now to the retirement that you've always dreamed about. The first step on that path is to tune into the Wealth Smart radio show, Sundays at 7 a.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. You only get to retire once, so it's really important you do it right. And your host, Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group, helps people retire successfully every day. So don't miss Wealth Smart every Sunday at 7 a.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
John Truitt here for Simple Sleep Services. Are you ready to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea? The Simple Sleep system from Simple Sleep Services is a compact, comfortable, custom-fit solution that's proven to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea. It's covered by medical insurance, and many patients are meeting their deductibles this time of year. This may mean less cash out of pocket for you and your partner to get the restful sleep you deserve. No mood-killing mask, no pain or downtime, just a better night's sleep for you and the loved one next to you. I personally use the Simple Sleep system, and I wouldn't go a night without it. Learn more at simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. That's 469-685-1700 or simplesleepservices.com. For your convenience, we have offices located in both Dallas and Fort Worth. No CPAP, no surgery, just simple sleep. Call 469-685-1700 or go to simplesleepservices.com. That's simplesleepservices.com.
Are you the mom of a 7 to 12-year-old beautiful tween girl? Have you noticed that the world is pressuring your daughter to grow up too fast? Take a deep breath. You're not alone. Created by best-selling author Jana Gresh, the Secret Keeper Girl All-New Purple Party Tour is a live stage event that helps moms teach their girls the secrets of true beauty and biblical modesty. Through live worship, deep Bible teaching, a modesty fashion show, and the famously quirky Truth or Dare modesty test, Secret Keeper Girl reinforces the message every girl needs to hear, that she's a priceless masterpiece created by God. You and your daughter will share special moments that you'll always remember. The Secret Keeper Girl All-New Purple Party Tour. It's the most fun you'll ever have digging into God's Word.
SecretKeeperGirl.com. Part of the Dallas Baptist University Concert Series. September 24th at First Euless. SecretKeeperGirl.com.
Only really, really rich people can afford poor quality windows because rich people can just replace their windows a second time. This is Robert Jackson from Renewal by Andersen, the full-service replacement window division of Andersen. Don't try to cut corners and buy those poor quality vinyl windows. They don't last. The quality of our windows is so exceptional that we actually replace other replacement windows. For a very limited time, get free installation on every window and patio door you replace. And with our financing, don't pay us anything for 18 months. When it comes to replacing your windows, you want to do this job right the first time. And that's why we ask you call us.
To schedule your free Renewal by Andersen window diagnosis and get free installation, call 469-706-3400. 469-706-3400. That's 706-3400.
Donald Trump has shown he is the leader America needs and now urgently needs your help today to defeat Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton wants to keep us on the destructive path we are on and has taken millions from mega donors. Ronald Reagan's winning campaign manager is now leading the charge for Great America PAC to rally millions of Americans in support of Donald Trump. Donald Trump must not be denied the presidency, and it starts with your phone call to 800-676-8141. Join the movement by calling 800-676-8141. Call now. 800-676-8141. Paid for by Great America PAC.
Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. Have you received a letter or personal visit from the IRS? Has the IRS garnished your paycheck or seized your bank account? If so, you need to take action now. Wall & Associates is the most powerful tax resolution firm in the world. We develop trust with our free face-to-face consultation. Call 1-800-983-3313 to get immediate help. Wall & Associates can help you. 1-800-983-3313 or visit us at wallandassociates.net.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. You're hearing tomorrow's front page on the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. So the problem is like this. The Department of Homeland Security has a report that says that fully half the people, half the adults who attempt to cross the border of the United States into this country from Mexico make it. That is at odds with what the president says about that very same group of people. They are suppressing the report because a source said it to the media. They are suppressing the report for political reasons because it would look bad and help elect Donald Trump. Can you imagine? Did you ever think that we would live in a country where, first of all, the elected people who were actually doing the jobs we hire them to do would be so stupid as to try something like this, let alone just actually talk about it? Yeah. Oh, we don't want to let that out because it'll get Donald Trump elected. Who wants that? How about all of us that want people to stop coming here illegally? How about that? All of us want that. And now let's get back to the political slap fighting. It erodes the trust as to whether the administration is being honest with the American people about what the threat is, unquote, said Representative Martha McSally of Arizona. Okay, Representative, what are you going to do? What are you actually going to do about it? I'm going to stand in front of this camera and glower. That's the best glower you have? Yeah. And I notice you're wearing makeup. Uh-huh. So it won't get better than that? Well, no. Oh. Martha McSally does say something that's pretty intelligent. She says this: this should not be a partisan issue. Democrats, independents, and Republicans in my community want to make sure the border communities are safe. But in order to be able to say that, you first have to admit that the communities aren't safe now or as safe as they could be. The answer, of course, is they're not safe now or anywhere close to as safe as they could be. The report was requested by the House and Senate Appropriations Committees as part of the fiscal 2016 omnibus bill, but has been shrouded in secrecy, viewed by a select few in key administrative figures. Critics say it is being withheld because of its explosive findings, which could potentially benefit GOP nominee Donald Trump. FoxNews.com requested a copy from both DHS and the White House, but was told the report was not yet finished, an assertion disputed by sources familiar with the process. Any suggestion that DHS is delaying the release of a report on new border enforcement measures for political reasons is false, said a DHS spokesperson. To the contrary, at Secretary Johnson's direction, DHS has been making significant progress in the development of such measures. At this point, the work is still preliminary, requires further refinement to ensure the new measures are accurate, reliable, and don't give Donald Trump any kind of a chance to win that are accurate and reliable, and don't give Donald Trump. stop putting that in. Just stop it. Reliable. Got to make sure that the new measures are accurate and reliable. How about this? Just release the report. Stop worrying about the measures. The measures won't work. Every measure that DHS has done for the border doesn't work. It doesn't. So just release the report on the findings of who's coming over and just be done with it. You know, if you screw up bad enough, you're supposed to lose the next election. Why don't you take part in the big circle of political life instead of trying to cling to a job you obviously can't do? This is the Wells Report.
The Mark Davis Show. Mark Davis Show.
Another week comes to an end. We don't have many more before the election, and in fact, just 1 week before the debate. So we'll examine Hillary on the campaign trail. There she was. Wrap up the week in local news and see what life has handed you on the family front. Consumer issues, social media adventures, we talk about it all. Do come join us for a very festive Friday show.
The Mark Davis Show. Weekday mornings at 7, right before Mike Gallagher at 10 on 660 AM. The Answer.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. By every measure, Hillary Clinton suffered a disastrous weekend surrounding the 9/11 anniversary. Her near collapse on Sunday morning hurt her badly, not just because it left the impression of frailty and ill health, but due to foolish attempts to conceal her pneumonia from a public that deserved candor. Even worse, her comments on Friday night smearing half of Trump's supporters with charges of racism and homophobia will undermine all her attempts to woo independent or Republican voters. The main impulse behind much of the support for Donald Trump involves an angry rebellion against political correctness. Hillary only intensifies that anger by invoking precisely the sort of smug, stifling leftist pieties most Americans resent. This patronizing attitude could very well turn an election she couldn't lose into a campaign that she can't win. I'm Michael Medved.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. Simple question. What are we trying to do? Well, Mark, what do you mean? I mean, what are we trying to do? Let's make the list. Eat healthy, lose weight. That's all good. But listen, on that list somewhere, keep aware of our own bodies. Try to fend off heart attacks and cancer by being aware of what's going on inside us. Scan technology exists, and Viascan prices give us the motivation to do the job right. At Viascan of Las Colinas, John Duncan and the crew are there for you at a number I'm about to share so that you can see through the heart scan if you have plaques or blockages going on in your heart. See through the body scan what's going on in various other vital organs, maybe any pesky cancers that are festering there that you can detect early, the virtual colonoscopy, and so much more so we can stay healthy, stay on the planet, stay plugged into life. 972-739-2840. Call them. 972-739-2840 or just Google Viascan.
In 2008, many people lost 30 to 50% of their retirement savings by not being prepared for the crash. Next time, will you know when to protect what you have and get out?
This is Ken Moraif, host of the Money Matters radio show, inviting you to our free seminar.
Choose 1 p.m. Saturday in the Money Matters building in Plano, 7 p.m. Tuesday, September 20th, Hilton Garden Inn, Alliance Airport, or Thursday, September 22nd, Arlington. Reserve now at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net or call 800-994-0302. Again, 800-994-0302.
In this box, we have a lidocaine pain patch. And in this box, we have what looks to be another pain patch, Blue Emu's Lidocare. Lidocare offers 4% lidocaine. It's odor-free, ultra-flexible, and it's the only non-water-based lidocaine patch. Yes, I said only. So if you'd prefer this to this, find us at Walgreens, CVS, or Amazon.
Focus. You need it to run a business, so don't let legal questions distract you. Use LegalZoom instead. Things like lease agreements and employment laws get complicated, but they're part of running a business. That's why LegalZoom built a network of independent attorneys in 48 states. You can rely on them for the legal details without paying by the hour, since LegalZoom isn't a law firm. So focus on growing your business and use LegalZoom for the legal stuff. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Any Joe Schmo knows Geico will work to save you money on car insurance. But since money talks, why not just ask the savings?
That's me, Joe Savings. I'm not literally $1,000,000, but I feel like it. Why? Because when Joe switched his car insurance at Geico.com, his monthly rate went down and the savings went up. Now he uses the handy Geico mobile app anytime to check out his policy perks. Talk about a win-win. And 2 thumbs up. Man, I wish I had thumbs.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Do you want out of your timeshare? The timeshare with increasing maintenance fees, the one you can't use when you want, where you want? If you want out of your timeshare, call the most trusted name in the industry, Timeshare Exit Team. Timeshare Exit Team will negotiate with the resort to get you out safely, legitimately, and forever. They guarantee they'll get you out or give you a complete refund. Call 844-321-EXIT. That's 844-321-EXIT or visit timeshareexitteam.com.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Isn't thinking so much more fun than getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. Regardless of whether Hillary Clinton thinks I'm deplorable or not, I am most assuredly not the person she's talking about when she says that these people are deplorable, they're homophobic, and they're Islamophobic, and they're phobic, or whatever the hell. I mean, racist. I'm not any of those things. I'm a realist. I'm a competitor. You know, I see things. I'm a pragmatist, okay? All right? Which means that I call it the way I see it. And I expect people that have listened to this broadcast to understand that I am not easily described by the handy leftist, progressive, anti-American thug trick name of the week, like racist or homophobe or Islamophobe or any of those. I'm not. I'm just not. And most people pretty much agree. Okay, I mean, I've got lots of friends calling me on the telephone, and they understand that my heart is clean and my heart is pure and my thoughts are simply about this nation and all of us who live here. Even those people who are, according to the American left, subjects of some kind of discrimination or another. What I'm about to read to you is I'm not reading it to you, but what I'm about to tell you about is an article in the Dallas Morning News. It's written by Ikram Haq. And I don't know what Ikram is trying to get done, but all I can tell you is that this is ham-handed. That's a bad choice of words. Let me figure out. How else can I say this? This is editorially clumsy and counterproductive. Let me explain what's going on. It's a column. Ikram is a contributor to the Dallas Morning News. Imagine the U.S. with no Muslim immigrants or visitors. Ikram then goes on to say, what would it be like in the U.S. if Donald Trump goes ahead and blocks Muslims from entering the country? And then says, it wouldn't be the country we love. You'll notice that the left, as Donald Trump has improved his campaign skills, keep going back to a time when Donald Trump was, say, less accurate or less focused or less discreet when it came to running for president. Now that he has improved, they keep hearkening back to those times. And everybody's already heard those things, and they're saying, what do you got that's new? And they don't have anything that's new. But Ikram Haq says, hey, remember back in December, back then? It's been, almost a year ago. Remember that? Huh? Remember when he said we have to have a complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States? Remember that part? Huh? At least he got it right. Ikram got it right. He said that Donald Trump called for a complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what is going on. He actually put the entire quote in there for a change. Good. Then he goes on to label those Islamophobic remarks. Not good. Those are not Islamophobic remarks at all. If anything, they are U.S. government-phobic remarks, because there are people in this government that are specifically tasked with making sure that flipping terrorists don't import themselves legally into the United States of America. And you know what? They're effing up. It's true. And Donald Trump knows it. And even acknowledges it. Hey, as long as these government guys that are supposed to vet these people coming into the nation are effing up, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to let them in at all until the government of the United States can stop screwing it up. You see, that's not unrealistic. It's not. It's actually kind of brilliant. It's called keeping America safer. That's what it's called. Are we blaming the people in these countries that are out there that aren't vetted, that are being used as a cover for real terrorists to infiltrate these countries like they've been doing in Germany and, oh, by the way, the United States, France? We've already seen this. We're not guessing. This isn't Islamophobia. You know what this is? This is deathophobia. This is being shot in the headophobia. This is being blown up by a pressure cookerophobia. That's what it is. So Ikram keeps going. And remember, this was printed in the Dallas Morning News. He keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And then he says, Trump's Islamophobic remarks seem especially ungrateful in light of our country's early relationship with Morocco. With what? Well, Morocco. In 1777, Morocco, which is predominantly Muslim, was the first country to recognize the new nation called the United States of America. Morocco had also extended protection to America's ships in its territorial waters. Of course, this begs the question, how good were they at flying airplanes? Okay, so that's probably not something that I should have said. But you get the idea. What would they have done if they had airplanes? I had to ask. What? I'm not Islamophobic. It's called humor. Humor? Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm positive it's humor. I'm wondering if someone out there who wants to cut my head off right now is wondering if it's humor. I'm trying to figure out if they think it's humor. That's really the most important question right now. Well, you know what? I wasn't thinking about 1777 and the Moroccans and all the things that they did for the United States. I just wasn't thinking about it. I got to be honest with you. I didn't think about it. I think about the part of the song that I learned when I was a Marine Corps cadet in junior ROTC in Brevard High School and Barstow High School, you know, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. That's pretty much all I know. Anyway, Ikram Haq goes on to say, in more recent history, Trump's ban on Muslims would have prevented Hakeem Olajuwon, the Nigerian-born NBA legend and basketball Hall of Famer, from playing for the Houston Rockets. Except he says Houston Rocket. I guess we're going back in history. I guess the team hadn't grown up enough to be Rockets. At least he didn't say the Houston Rockets. Under Trump's proposal, the Sears Tower could not have been gracing Chicago's skyline. The Sears Tower, the world's tallest building until 1996, was designed by Muslim architect Fazlur Rahman Khan, who was born in what is now Bangladesh. Khan fell in love with his country and called it his new home. Note to self: when adding a special contributor column to the Dallas Morning News, when this person is Muslim, perhaps references to tall buildings in America should be omitted. Just saying. Jon-David Wells report. If the proposed Muslim ban had been in place, Kareem Rashad Khan, the U.S. soldier and son of Pakistani immigrants, would not have died for our country in Iraq. His father told Gannett News Service the young man felt a calling to join the Army because of his memories of 9/11. Okay, so let me explain the realities of all of this. Nobody in the United States wants a United States with no Muslim immigrants or visitors. That's not the point. Everyone in the United States wants a United States with no Muslim terrorists. Ikram Hawk makes the supreme error in this column of equating Muslim terrorists with Muslim immigrants and Muslim visitors. I don't know about anybody else, but I got to make this plain, Ikram. I don't lump Muslim terrorists in with Muslim immigrants or Muslim visitors. I lump them in with Muslim terrorists. You know, the Muslim terrorists that are hanging around with Muslim immigrants and Muslim visitors that are coming to America to be a sleeper cell until they can kill someone off sometime. Oh my God, Jon-David, what are you thinking? Why are you saying things like this? What is going on inside your mind? Well, at that particular moment, the German sleeper cell that was arrested yesterday is going through my mind. You know, the ones that came in with the Muslim visitors and Muslim immigrants that were trying to blend in so that they could kill people when they had a chance. That's what I was going through in my mind. See, I wasn't thinking about Muslim visitors and Muslim immigrants. I was thinking about Muslim terrorists. You know what else I was thinking? I was thinking about the 20 asylum seekers, the people that were pathetically trying to escape war in their home countries and resettling in Germany. How what they did is they went out into the town square of Watson and picked a fight with 100 people who are called neo-Nazis. I doubt very seriously that there were 100 neo-Nazis living in the town of Watson. But all I can tell you is that these 20 asylum seekers, these pathetic few who are just simply trying to relocate and create a new home, picked a fight with 100 Germans and got it. And the Germans pounded them into the dirt. And then they were complaining about it. At least the English newspaper, the Daily Mail, is pointing out that Angela Merkel's open door policy is dividing the country. Yeah, basically around 100 to 20, and people are getting pounded into the dirt. Was it because the neo-Nazis were rotten and said terrible things to the 20 asylum seekers? No. It's because the 20 asylum seekers, who obviously can't do math any better than I can, picked a fight with 100 people. Note to self. When picking a fight with a group of people, try to pick a fight with a group of people smaller than your own. Jon-David Wells. Does that seem to make sense to me? Doesn't that make sense to you? You see, Crom, grinding the racial axe against the United States regarding Muslims only works when the people who are pointing out that there's a difference between Muslim terrorists and Muslim immigrants or visitors are people like me, not people like you. Rethink, man. This is the Wells Report.
How will the future affect the money decisions you make now? Find out Saturday morning with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell on Smart Money. Smart Money will bring you the latest information regarding financial markets and what it means to you and your investment and retirement portfolio. Not knowing could be costly. Smart Money, a voice of experience and integrity, with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell. Saturday mornings at 8 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM. The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM. The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
When you live with back pain, every day has certain challenges, like picking up my kids or trying to get groceries out of the car. I had tried medication. Even a surgery didn't help. That's when I heard about Dr. Chad. I am pain-free. Seriously, no more back pain, no more medications. Thank you, Dr. Chad.
Do you have low back or neck pain? Does it run down your arms or your legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc degeneration, or spinal arthritis? Even worse, have you been told you need back surgery or injections? If you answered yes, then please listen to what I have to say. My name is Dr. Chad Glines, DC, at Genesis Back and Neck, and I use the most advanced spinal decompression system available, the DRX 9000, to correct back problems just like yours. If you're a candidate for decompression, you can try out the treatment all at no charge to you. So if you're ready to not hurt anymore and don't want to have surgery, call me at 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at mylowback.com.
Are you hiring? You know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 400,000 businesses. And right now, listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/America. That's ZipRecruiter.com/America. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/America.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360. 1-800-758-5360.
Hi, everybody. Michael W. Smith here. It is such an honor to be back in the land of Israel. This is my 4th trip to the land where my Lord lived, died, and rose again. I was very fortunate to shoot a music video here. We filmed at Masada, Galilee, the Garden Tomb, and many other places that you'll recognize when you see the video. It's been life-changing for me, to say the least. It's like taking a walk through the pages of the Bible. If you haven't toured Israel, I beckon you to come. It will change your life. God bless you all. Shalom.
I've been teaching organic chemistry for the last 17 years, so I'm pretty good with complex calculations. But when I started thinking about my retirement, I was pretty stumped. Luckily, I have TIAA as my financial partner. Together, we retrosynthetically analyzed my financial future, which is organic chem speak for we figured it out.
Your personal success takes a financial partner who values it as much as you do. Learn more at TIAA.org.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples guy, I need a ton of supplies for my business, but I hate spending all that money.
Well, it's a great time to stock up and save during Staples' Buy More, Save More event.
Buy more, save more event?
Yep, the more you buy, the more you save on everything for your office.
Everything, like pens and folders?
Yep.
I also need paper, file folders, storage bins, notepads, hand sanitizer, bubble roll. What else do I need?
A shopping cart. You will definitely need a cart for all this stuff. The Buy More, Save More event right now at Staples. Make more happen, in store only.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. Now, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 2 more prisoners who were released from Guantanamo Bay in the first 6 months of this year have returned to the battlefield, according to White House officials. A report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence revealed that 9 people who've been released from Guantanamo have rejoined militant groups since President Barack Obama took office in 2009. The number of militants freed by the Obama administration in the U.S. suspected of rejoining fighting in the Middle East has dropped from 11 to 12. The numbers of militants freed by the U.S. suspected has dropped from 11 to 12. That's not right. It's dropped from 12 to 11. Wouldn't that make sense? Because if it drops from 11 to 12, that means that whoever's writing this article for me to read on the Wells Report is a cruel, vicious, rotten human being that knows that I can't do math or word problems. I'm going to cry now. It's so bad that the people of USA Today are setting me up for failure. I hate them. This is the Wells Report.
20 plus years of unemployment. That's what retirement is, or should be. But imagine still working when you're 75 because you didn't have an exit plan for the next stock market crash. If you think your current plan has too much risk, or you're tired of paying hidden fees, listen to Plain Talk No Worries with Rick Foster and Kevin Christ Saturdays at 4 p.m. Rick and Kevin will tell you the truth about the financial world we live in. No one knows when the next correction will be. So listen to Plain Talk No Worries with Rick Foster and Kevin Christ Saturdays at 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer.
The last thing I wanted to inherit from my mom was her varicose and spider veins. Then it happened. Embarrassing, bulgy, knotty-looking legs. Not to mention the pain and swelling. I just couldn't stand it anymore, so I went to Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S., and for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing dresses again.
Whether it's a family gathering or office formal, make sure your legs look and feel their best this fall. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-375-4806. That's 800-375-4806. 800-375-4806.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We all know that summer is busy, lot going on, and sometimes things slip through the cracks, like the cracks in your walls or sheetrock or the doors that are sticking, the signs of foundation problems that are right in front of your face, but you're just too busy to get to them. Well, that could be a costly delay. I want you to go right now to abacusfoundationrepair.com. Call them if you have the slightest question about foundation trouble, because you do not want this to go any further. 972-406-9000. To call the right company the first time. 972-406-9000. abacusfoundationrepair.com. And just to sweeten the deal for you, give you a little motivation to call them today, $1,000 off. $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. And they're not just any old pilings. They're Millennium composite pilings, the toughest, the best. They're the only North Texas foundation people that have them. So 972-406-9000. Get that foundation fixed right now. 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Obama calling for more immigration reform.
Immigrants aren't somehow changing the American character. Immigrants are the American character.
The president speaking Thursday night at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute dinner. Federal safety regulators announcing a formal recall of Samsung Galaxy Note 7 smartphones.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission announced it's recalling 1 million Samsung Galaxy Note 7 smartphones.
Because this product presents such a serious fire hazard, I urge all consumers to take advantage of the recall.
Commission Chairman Elliot Kay says you can get a replacement phone or a refund, but it will be based on which battery is in the phone.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Auto racer Robbie Gordon says his family is in shock and grieving the loss of his father and stepmother, found dead inside their Southern California home Wednesday. Police in the city of Orange suspect the deaths are the result of a murder-suicide. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM The Answer.
Having financial independence and wealth empowerment is the American dream. Host Dave and Loretta Renz will help you learn what the wealthy already know, how to get strong returns and never lose your principal. That's the Heroes Talk Radio way. You'll also learn about the secrets to planning a tax-free retirement income. So tune in to Heroes Talk Radio every Sunday at 5 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
The following is an incredible, life-changing free offer for anyone with hearing problems who wants to start hearing everything more clearly again. We're now offering free in-home trials of a revolutionary hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear to anyone who calls this special toll-free number now, 1-800-500-0409. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers. It adjusts to let you find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. Don't miss this special life-changing opportunity to hear everything more clearly again for free with a 100% free in-home trial, free shipping, and even free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-0409. That's 1-800-500-0409. 1-800-500-0409.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-600-6316. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-600-6316. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-600-6316. 1-800-600-6316.
Message and data rates may apply.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 100 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll earn the same degree as you would on campus, from wherever you are, on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, text LEARN to 42424. Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 90% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, text LEARN to 42424. Again, that's LEARN to 42424.
Hi, I'm Michael, featured in Success Magazine 3 times for changing thousands of lives financially by creating part-time, full-time incomes and creating millionaires. I'm doing it again. Thanks to Don Berry, a triple board certified thoracic heart surgeon and renowned biochemist, along with the help of Texas A&M and years of research, Dr. Berry has created the greatest anti-aging serum in the world.
I'm Doug Donnelly, former wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not being paid to endorse this product. I'm doing so because I use it and I love it.
I'm Linda, a local ranch owner. I've had the luxury of buying the best skincare products in the world. I cannot believe this anti-aging serum. It's amazing.
I am building a team and creating life-changing income for people just like you. Get a free month supply for those who qualify. Call our answering service. Leave your name, number, and the best time to call you. 800-510-1645. That's 800-510-1645. Again, 800-510-1645.
We are visiting our friend Chef Tom Fleming at Crossroads Diner. What do you have cooking today, Tom?
Have you had a chicken piccata? Come on, say it with me. Piccata. Haven't heard of it? Sorry for you, bro. We pan-sear our own chicken and lemon and capers in a sauce so good, you want to swim in it. We call it the backstroke sauce. But the real stars of the dish are the herb-roasted Yukon potatoes. Trust me, you won't know what you want more of, the chicken or the tater.
Fresh ingredients sure to please any sophisticated palate and taste at affordable diner prices in a casual environment. Crossroads Diner. Come eat with them at their new location, now at the corner of Preston and Campbell in the Kroger Shopping Center. Open for breakfast and lunch, Tuesday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or visit them on the web at crossroads-diner.com. Home-style goodness meets traditional diner. Great recipes, fresh ingredients, comfortable environment, and genuine hospitality are the heart and soul of Crossroads Diner. They'll be waiting for you.
660 AM. 660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM. TheAnswer.com. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. You know, when I was born in the United States, we knew what marriage was. We knew that marriage was a holy institution that was created by God in the Garden of Eden and had survived thousands and thousands of years in the human existence. We knew that it was, for most people, a religious sacrament, and those of us who pursued it as such reveled in its true and undeniable beauty. The union of one man and one woman for the purposes of not just love and joy and cleaving to each other, but for the sophisticated accountability of society in raising children and all that went with it. We who were religious also realized that there were people who needed to be likewise accommodated by marriages that were outside the church because they were not believers. They're human beings, and we can respect them, and okay, so let's do that. Let's respect them. And so a man and a woman could marry in a court of law and other places as necessary. Now we have propelled ourselves forward on the evolutionary human chain so that we now realize that there are other groups of people who should be accommodated with marriage. There is still a little bit of wiggle room in this circumstance that we find ourselves in now after the Obergefell versus Hodges decision. There's still a way for us to define a marriage that is not one man and one woman, but some other combination of human beings. There's still a way to define that as a civil union, one that does not interfere with either church or the Garden of Eden or thousands of years of human tradition. I don't know whether we're ever going to see that happen. It depends on who we elect in the next few elections. But I can tell you where we are now. We are now in a world where a mother and a daughter have nearly matching mugshots in Oklahoma after being charged with incest for marrying each other. So, Carl Truman wrote an article about a family affair. How contemporary sexual ethics are being destroyed for the sake of politics and very little else. Because when you get right down to it, what is this mother and daughter guilty of? Again, I'm sorry. They were charged with incest. Why? So, if it's okay for marriage to be defined as two people who love each other and nothing else, why are these poor unfortunates, mother and daughter, why are they in jail now? Carl Truman says, his friend of his said, why don't you try to argue a compelling case for the defense for this woman and her daughter? His lawyer friend said, why don't you talk me through it? And so here's how the story would go. The Supreme Court's recognition of gay marriage in Obergefell versus Hodges rests upon key philosophical assumptions. First, it extends the logic of redefinition of marriage, which the early legislation on no-fault divorce required. Marriage is no longer a lifelong monogamous bond between two people of the opposite sex intended for the raising of children and the provision of a stable family environment. Rather, it's a relationship of mutual convenience to be dissolved as and when it becomes inconvenient to the contracted parties to maintain it. Obergefell versus Hodges demolished the need for marriage to be between one man and one woman. A man can marry a man. A woman can marry a woman. That is the law of the land. Third, Obergefell versus Hodges assumes the importance of consent. Here we're dealing with two adults, neither of whom has been judged to be mentally incompetent. They are therefore considered competent before the court. And so there was no reason to withhold consent on the matter before entering a contract of marriage. Now we come to the tricky part of the case, the matter of incest. There is a little bit of queasiness that goes with this. It's called the yuck factor. There's no sound basis for building our sexual ethics. It seems as the typical objection to such relationships is that they might lead to congenital problems in any offspring that result from the union. That does not apply here. It's not clear from the news report whether the relationship is actually sexual or not. Even if it were so, the chances of two women having sex with each other and producing a child are nil. Thus, there is no risk to any future generation or any potential biological children. Well, why would you arrest these women? Because they're breaking Oklahoma state law. But to adapt the famous saying of Mr. Bumble, quote, if Oklahoma law says that, sir, the Oklahoma law is an ass. Yeah, I suppose. Wow. So now we have a mom and a daughter marrying each other.
Ew.
Yeah. So what do you do? This is what happens when you let nincompoops spend too much time with too many lawyers and too many judges talking about arcane and odd and bizarre things ad infinitum until you convince them in some way that what you're discussing and what you're trying to get done is perfectly normal and perfectly calm and perfectly fine and so on, except it's perfectly hideous and stupid and counterproductive to anything. Marriage is now a voluntary bond between two consenting adults, regardless of gender. Why exclude same-sex parent-child marriages as long as both parties are adults and give their consent? Same-sex marriages. And this one twists it into an even more disturbing trend of being mother and daughter. Yeah. So, Mr. Truman's friend declared with a laugh that he thought the legal case would be most arguable. They finished their wine. But as I drove home, I became less convinced not of the immediate soundness of my argument, but the long-term philosophical inadequacy and stability of the legal framework within that he had made it. One might summarize any concern in 4 words: the problem of consent. And so what do you do? Where's the ACLU now?
They'd probably approve it.
I don't know that they would. I'm just sitting here just shocked. I'm sitting here going, so what else is going to happen? What else is next? I'm assuming that we're not going to be able to see some guy try to marry his golden retriever because that person, that golden retriever, is not a human being. But could you see someone in the United States marrying a Bible, for example? This is the Wells Report.
Do me a favor. Add up your electric bills from May through August. Now, cut that number in half. What could you do with that money? Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning, and if you finally replace that old AC unit, you could spend that money on something fun rather than giving it to the electric company. Now you might ask, why would I replace an AC unit right after the summer? Well, there's only a few weeks left to get $1,800 off from your utility provider. When you combine this with Carrier's Cool Cash, you can save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half. Appointments are limited, and we're scheduling free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Patriot Mobile. The air is filled with choices, the kind of choices we get to make in a free country, especially in an election year. Here's a choice you get to make: your cell phone company. You know, big mobile companies I could name that you're probably doing business with. You know they support Hillary and the far left. What can you do? Let's change you over to Patriot Mobile, patriotmobile.com/Mark, patriotmobile.com/Mark, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT. Same quality of service at Patriot Mobile, better prices, supporting better causes. And the special, the free Samsung Galaxy S7 unlimited talk, text, and data for just $70 a month. Mention or enter the promo code MARK at checkout. Waive activation fees for up to 2 lines. Keep your same number. They buy you out of your current contract. PatriotMobile.com/Mark. And at 1-800-A-PATRIOT, switch over today. Free signed copy from me of Lone Star America, How Texas Can Save Our Country. 1-800-A-PATRIOT or PatriotMobile.com/Mark. PatriotMobile.com/Mark.
Gotta crack, go Power Jack. Have you noticed drywall cracking or uneven floors? Is it getting to be more than you can handle? Don't wait any longer. Call the professionals at Power Jack Foundation Repair. We can help. Now offering an exclusive patented Smart Jack system for crawl space repair. We know you want peace of mind when it comes to your home and your family safety. That's why Power Jack Foundation Repair is proud to be the only authorized provider of this next level in foundation repair here in the Metroplex. Go powerjack.com to schedule your free in-home consultation or call 866-638-PJFR. That's 866-638-7537. Locally owned and operated since 2001. Power Jack Foundation Repair at gopowerjack.com. 866-638-PJFR. Gotta crack, go Power Jack.
John Truitt here for Simple Sleep Services. Are you ready to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea?
Simple Sleep Services offers the proven custom simple solution. It's covered by medical insurance, and many patients are meeting their deductibles this time of year, which means less cash out of pocket. Learn more at simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. That's 469-685-1700. Offices conveniently located in both Dallas and Fort Worth. No CPAP, no surgery, just simple sleep.
I believe that God created music to connect our soul with heaven.
Critics are calling Hillsong Let Hope Rise a life-changing experience. When oceans rise. An incredible film.
This is not about us. It's ultimately about God. You take him out of the equation, we've got nothing.
This Friday.
Does everything make sense? Absolutely not. But more stuff doesn't make sense without him.
Prepare to have your heart lifted. Hillsong Let Hope Rise. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. In theaters Friday.
Hey everybody, Mark Davis for my friends at Zero Res. The turn to cooler weather means more activity, a lot going on, maybe more rain, more mud, more need to clean the carpet. So there's more reason than ever to call Zero Res for the $33 per room Mark Davis Show special. 214-37-CLEAN, 214-37-CLEAN, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized. Then let them clean other stuff. Hardwood floors, fantastic shine. Drapes, upholstery, they do it all when they're done. $50 gift certificate to Estilo Gaucho Brazilian Steakhouse. 214-37-CLEAN for Zero Res. 214-37-CLEAN.
A reminder to register for the free Money Matters Retirement Seminar 1 p.m. Saturday in the Money Matters building in Plano. 7 p.m. Tuesday, September 20th, Hilton Garden Inn, Alliance Airport, or Thursday, September 22nd, Arlington. If you're retired or retiring soon, don't miss it. Learn how to avoid costly retirement mistakes, what you can do to take advantage of gains when possible while helping protect your retirement from a stock market crash. Find out ways to help prevent outliving your assets, plus more. Reserve at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net or call 800-994-0302.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report, must hear radio on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. So what we have seen in our lifetime, and oh, by the way, we have not done anything about, is we have seen marriage be redefined as a religious bond between a man and a woman. A religious, blessed, sacramental union between a man and a woman. We've seen it change into a voluntary bond between two consenting adults. But why does it have to be two? Why can't there be more? A lot of people said, okay, so what happens when somebody in Florida wants to marry a manatee? Well, manatees can't give legal consent. So apparently pets, your favorite manatee, whomever, are, for whatever reason, no longer considerable when it comes to who or what you can marry. Now, there is something that I thought is interesting. I saw the other day that scientists now believe that they have recordings of dolphins, porpoises, engaged in conversations with each other. If that's true, it's only a matter of time before we are able to decode their language. So if you're able to decode a language, and if you're able to get in contact with someone of another species, and they would be a someone because obviously they could freely express themselves, is it possible that you could marry a dolphin? This is how we allowed people with too much time to do significant damage to our society. I don't know how long this damage is going to last, but it's going to last for some time. And you're saying, Jon-David, this is where the homophobia card gets played against you. No, not at all. I've long said that a civil union between two people is not something that we, the people of the United States who believe in biblical marriage, would ever be able to stop. Because the same people that would enact the laws that made it possible for a civil union of consenting adults could craft the law without any interference from anybody. The lawyers and the judges and the politicians would all be able to work as they see fit. But that's not what they did. No, what they did is they redefined marriage, which I'm still trying to figure out why that isn't a violation of the First Amendment. That a state religion not be created. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
It's Baylor Bears football right here on 660 AM The Answer. Join John Morris and JJ Joe as they bring you every bone-jarring hit and sensational touchdown as the Bears compete for the Big 12 title.
Tune in tomorrow night as the Baylor Bears battle the Rice Owls with pregame at 6:30 p.m. and kickoff at 7 p.m. That's pregame at 6:30 p.m. and kickoff at 7 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at ViaScan of Las Colinas. Simple question. What are we trying to do? Well, Mark, what do you mean? I mean, what are we trying to do? Let's make the list. Eat healthy, lose weight. That's all good. But listen, on that list somewhere, keep aware of our own bodies. Try to fend off heart attacks and cancer by being aware of what's going on inside us. Scan technology exists, and ViaScan prices give us the motivation to do the job right. At ViaScan of Las Colinas, John Duncan and the crew are there for you at a number I'm about to share so that you can see through the heart scan if you have plaques or blockages going on in your heart. See through the body scan what's going on in various other vital organs, maybe any pesky cancers that are festering there that you can detect early, the virtual colonoscopy, and so much more so we can stay healthy, stay on the planet, stay plugged into life. 972-739-2840. Call them. 972-739-2840 or just Google ViaScan.
High-tech bath remodeling? You're kidding, right? No, I'm not kidding. Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. You know, we remodel over 200 bathrooms a month, and our customers know the difference from what we do and what most other companies don't. Problem for the other companies offering bath remodeling is they're doing it the same way they've done it forever. Is there anybody listening who thinks construction is not advanced in the last 10 years? Take it from me, after 22 years in business, I've seen many things change, from the substrate materials that eliminate leaks to the adhesives that are used to secure the products to the wall and foundation, and even the grout that's virtually mold and mildew proof. When you get a bath remodel from Statewide, this isn't the same one your mom and dad got back in the day. Why take a chance with the guys who are doing it the old way? We offer a workmanship guarantee for as long as you own your home and a no-leak warranty that's the longest in the industry. If you call now, you'll get 50% off the labor cost to install the job. The design and the estimate are free. So call 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095. Call now and get 50% off labor.
You can buy your next gun anywhere, but there's nowhere like the Texas Gun Pros. There are gun shows, big box stores, and even the occasional eccentric dealer. But there is no one like the Texas Gun Pros. Texas Gun Pros are truly your pros for all your gun needs, bringing you big store selection with a local family experience. There truly is no one like Texas Gun Pros. What else makes the Texas Gun Pros stand out from the rest? An online catalog with hundreds of guns, guaranteed to have the one you are looking for. Texas Gun Pros is the only place in North Texas that can give you the gun you want for the price you can afford. Don't miss out on the amazing selection and friendly staff at Texas Gun Pros. Stop by their North Richland Hills location or visit them on the web at texasgunpros.com. That's texasgunpros.com. texasgunpros.com. And see how it feels to be a member of the Texas Gun Pros family.
The last thing I wanted to inherit from my mom was her varicose and spider veins. Then it happened. Embarrassing, bulgy, naughty-looking legs. Not to mention the pain and swelling. I just couldn't stand it anymore, so I went to Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. And for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime. And most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing dresses again.
Whether it's a family gathering or office formal, make sure your legs look and feel their best this fall. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-375-4806. That's 800-375-4806. 800-375-4806.
660 AM, The Answer. Now, a Texas radio tradition, the Friday Flameout on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
It's not the Friday Flameout. It's the Thursday Throwdown. It is, however, your chance to whine, moan, groan, complain, gripe, browse, express your extreme displeasure of whatever it is that drove you the craziest this week, up to and including anything I may have said. I, your hopeful, friendly, courteous, kind, truly brave, pleading, reverend announcer. If it got said on this radio broadcast and it's stuck in your craw or someplace else, get on the phone, 866-660-5759. Call me right this very moment and get it off your chest or stuff.
You just got me under pressure.
Yeah, baby.
Just got me under pressure.
866-660-5759. Yeah. So what drove you the craziest this week? Okay.
Anything big?
Yeah. The Oklahoma mother and daughter who married each other. That's made me ill. Stupid idiots. Seriously. You know, one of these days, just trying to figure out whether or not there's human life intelligent life on this planet. Big man, do you have a Thursday Throwdown?
You know, some people could call and say the reason they had a bad week is because I was gone.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, in case you do not know, the technical director and conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra, Magic Matt Swinney. Yeah. Magic Matt Swinney decided to take a few days off and go hang with his dad in Arizona.
Absolutely.
He's got a condo made of Stona. Anyway.
I was in Joe Arpaio County.
Were you really? Is that a county?
Maricopa County.
Maricopa County. Yeah, okay. That's right. So did you see Sheriff Joe?
I didn't, but I did see a sheriff's truck drive by. I didn't know if it was him. I was going to give him a big old salute.
Yeah, man. Good man. Been on the Wells Report several times. Been a part of this broadcast several times, and is a good man. He's doing the right thing for the right reason, and I really do appreciate him. So tell me how your dad's doing.
He's doing great. He's going to be running for a school board position coming
Isn't
up
that
in this
great?
election coming up.
That is fantastic. So he's running for the school board.
Yes. There's 5 people running for 3 spots.
Okay. All right. So
he has, I do math and I do it good.
Okay, that's
he has
really
a 67% chance of winning.
Let's see, that's very funny.
3, and then there's 5.
Yeah, I got it.
Be sure.
Yeah. Don't. Please don't. Now you're just teasing me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, It's 66.66666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666666 It's not 67%, but it's close. It's an estimate. All right. No. All right. So anyway, there you go. Let's see. So he's running for school board.
Yes,
Well,
he
if
is.
he needs a professional sounding announcer to do any of his radio, or television, ads or something like that,
Can
then
we have him have my people call your people?
yeah, exactly. Have your people call my people, and we'll figure something out. Let me get to Scott on the Thursday Throwdown. Scott, welcome to the Wells Report. What's got stuck in your craw there, Bunky?
Wow, the FBI this week. The FBI, mind-boggling.
Yeah, the FBI. Tell me why the FBI got in your craw.
They're dirty, rotten scumbags that won't serve up the truth for the American people.
Pardon me?
They're dirty, rotten scumbags.
Gosh, that's hard to say about the FBI.
I said it.
I know, but it's...
I'm surprised the Robert Clean Trucking Company's not cleaning out their offices all over the country this week.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But this has been a bad patch for them. It really has.
It's horrifying.
I mean, you try to... And I guess maybe it's just almost like a loss of innocence or something along that line. Maybe it's something, but you really do in this country, you really want to believe in a benevolent authority agency, one that does the right thing per the Constitution, the way it's supposed to be done, that by God enforces the law because they know what the law is and they know what it means. And it's not something that can be parsed through politically or something like that. You really do want to be able to believe that there's an agency like that.
Mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. It is.
Frightening. Thanks for letting us know, David.
Yeah, man. Just trying to tell you what's going on, buddy. So, I wish I had better.
In the loop, brother. I appreciate you.
I wish I had better news. God bless you too, man. Thanks much. Thank you. 866-660-5759. What's bugging you, Bunky? Is there something that you want to get off your chest? Call me. This is the closest thing that we have to an open line segment. We don't do open lines. We have a conversation, but this is where someone who thinks that something bad happened needs to be talked about can talk about it. 866-660-5759. We want you to be able to do that. Want you to be able to get it off your chest because the weekend's coming and we don't want you to have to carry something around with you that you don't want to have to carry around. 866, and that's not, by the way, to include a good pistol. You should always keep your good pistol with you. Yeah. 866-660-5759. By the way, did you notice that Missouri passed a no permit right to carry a concealed weapon in their state? You can simply carry a weapon concealed if you want to. Don't need to go to any special class, which, gosh, is the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do, by the way, is to make it legal for somebody to carry a concealed weapon without having them go to a class. But I got to be honest with you, if you're gonna carry a weapon, even in Missouri, go to a concealed weapons class, because there are things there you need to know. All right? They teach you stuff you need to know. I'm telling you. Cody in Dallas, thanks very much for joining us. What's bugging you, Bunky?
Nothing's bugging me really at the moment, Jon-David. I just wanted to call you and tell you and Vicky and Magic Matt that I sure appreciate you guys. Listen to y'all every night on my way home from work, and it's pure enjoyment for me.
Why, thank you, Cody. What do you do?
I'm a mechanic for the city of Dallas.
Cool deal, and you're working the second shift, huh?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Working on the cop cars and so on?
Sometimes the cop cars. Mostly I work on garbage trucks.
Well, they all got to run, my friend. They all have to run. They just do, and I'm glad you're on the job. How long have you worked for the city of Dallas?
5 years now.
Do you like it?
I do.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
If I could, I would like to leave my number with Vicky or somebody, if I could, for you to call me off the air, if that's possible.
Oh, it's possible. Sure, we do that from time to time.
I would like to talk to you about the Texas State Guard, actually.
Oh, I'd like to be able to talk to you about that too. Are there any questions you want to talk to me about right now while we have the moment?
I called you the other night, and I did some time in the Marine Corps, and
oh, good. Okay.
I've got 4 kids now, and just don't want to deploy anymore. You know?
Right. I got you. I got you. But there's still some gas in the tank to do a little bit of service for your fellow American.
Absolutely.
Well, the good news about the Texas State Guard is not only do you get to serve your fellow Americans, but you get to serve your fellow Texans, and I think that's a little sweeter.
Yes, exactly.
We have 3 different components. We have the Army component, which I started in. We have the air component, and we also have the Texas Maritime Regiment, which would, if you're a Marine, would put you in the in contact with other Marines, which you might like.
Yeah, I would love that.
Well, by all means, I'll put you back on hold, and what we'll do is we'll see if we can get you into TMAR, and some of the good folks there will really appreciate the fact that we'll send another leatherneck to help them out with all their stuff.
All right.
All right?
Thank you, sir.
God bless your service, Cody, and I'm looking forward to serving with you in the Guard, okay?
God bless you, sir.
God bless. Thank you very much. Cody in Dallas wants to be a part of the Texas State Guard. Still the greatest group I've ever joined. I am so pleased and I am so proud to be a member of that organization. You know, it's it's uniquely Texan. It's hard to describe. You know, the United States military is a creature of regulations and a creature of discipline, and we have all that in the Texas State Guard too. We do. We have our regulations. We have our military bearing. We do a really good job. But the interesting thing about being Texans and being a part of the State Guard is that there's a nuance to it. It's not because we have an air component. We adopt the forms of the United States Air Force, and we revel in those. But it's not the Air Force. And we do the same thing with the Army. The Texas State Guard the Army component is a group that adopted the forms and the ideologies of the Army. But it's not the Army. Same thing with TMAR. The Texas Maritime Regiment. We adopt the forms and understandings of the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. You cannot join the Texas Maritime Regiment, for example. If you have not been a United States Marine, you cannot wear Marine rank. You can only wear Navy rank. But if you have been a Marine, you always will be. And certainly when you join the Texas Maritime Regiment, you will be allowed to serve as a Marine. And I got to be honest with you, those guys really do great work. They work with fish and wildlife, and they work in riverine situations, and they're great guys. You know, for those of us who left our military careers on the table, it's a way for us to serve. It's a way for you to serve too. You know, it's not perfect. It gets better every year. It's not perfect. But there are those of us who love and adore it and would do anything for it. And that's me. So by all means, you can go to, if you search Texas State Guard You can find a way to sign up there. You can do that online. And if you'd like more information, all you have to do is send me an email. Perfectly welcome to do that. The Wells Report at ksky.com. The Wells Report at ksky.com will get you through to the Wells Report, and you can do any of that, and I will tell you anything I can and help you any way I can. It's wonderful. Let's see, while we're at it here, General Colin Powell's emails got hacked. And we caught him being a general. Speaking plainly, it was very refreshing. You know, I have had the privilege of teaching a lot of Colin Powell's leadership in the Texas State Guard, in fact. And he was and is quite an amazing man. What he knows about leadership and what he knows about all that stuff is undeniable. He is a great, great American. But it appears as though he does not like Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Powell, the former Secretary of State and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, called Flynn a jerk who was unchained and right-wing nutty. He's right-wing nutty. Right-wing nutty. Flynn, for his part, said, I've actually been called worse things by my little sister. It's fun to watch the flag officers throw bombs at each other. It's so cute. Anyway, gosh, you know, part of me says that was a bad thing. Part of me says, not so much. You get to find out who's human and who's not. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. Back to finish it up next.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
Join with 660 AM The Answer on October 7th. We'll be celebrating our military heroes at a benefit concert featuring Jeremy Camp. The brave men and women who serve our nation place their lives on the line for our freedom. When they come home, many are wounded and are unable to find jobs. Tragically, the suicide rate among veterans is staggering and often goes unmentioned and unreported. The Guardian for Heroes Foundation, which was established by Texas-owned Chris Kyle, feels it's time we band together to help these heroes. Their very own supporter, George Chamel, is going to raise awareness of the issues facing veterans by running entirely across America. That's right. He's literally running from San Diego to Ground Zero in New York in the next 60 days. Here's how you can help celebrate George's arrival in Texas. Grammy-nominated Jeremy Camp will be performing live at Elevate Life Church in Frisco on Friday, October 7th. All proceeds will benefit the Guardian for Heroes Foundation. Make a difference by getting your tickets now at itickets.com. That's itickets.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We all know that summer is busy, a lot going on, and sometimes things slip through the cracks, like the cracks in your walls or sheetrock or the doors that are sticking, the signs of foundation problems that are right in front of your face, but you're just too busy to get to them. Well, that could be a costly delay. I want you to go right now to abacusfoundationrepair.com. Call them if you have the slightest question about foundation trouble, because you do not want this to go any further. 972-406-9000. To call the right company the first time, 972-406-9000. abacusfoundationrepair.com. And just to sweeten the deal for you, give you a little motivation to call them today, $1,000 off. $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. And they're not just any old pilings. They're Millennium composite pilings, the toughest, the best. They're the only North Texas foundation people that have them. So 972-406-9000. Get that foundation fixed right now. 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com.
Message and data rates may apply.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions.
Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 100 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll earn the same degree as you would on campus, from wherever you are, on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, text LEARN to 42424. Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 90% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, text LEARN to 42424. Again, that's LEARN to 42424.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. 1-800-990-6976.
Welcome to Staples.
Oh, Staples guy, help. I need a presentation printed fast.
Well, have no fear. Staples is here. We can print same or next day.
Wow. Oh, but my budget has me handcuffed.
Well, right now, get 20% back in rewards on all color printing. Brochures, flyers, even signs.
Staples guy, you're my hero.
I prefer Prince Charming. You know, Prince because of our color printing.
Yep, I got it.
Get 20% back in rewards on all color printing. Staples. Make more happen.
Instant 2916 exclusions apply. For full details, visit staples.com/rewards.
It started at bunko night. A little tickle in my throat, says Sandra. Then comes Colin barking like a seal. That cough, that's the flu. And then it spreads to Edna, to Wiley, to Marjorie. But when it comes to your door, you won't be answering because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they're seeing doctors and sweating through fevers, you'll be teaching your granddaughter the 2-deck shuffle. Shield yourself at Rite Aid before it's too late. If you're over 65, the CDC recommends flu and pneumonia shots. No appointments necessary, and they're free with Medicare Part B. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM. The Answer.
The University of Houston, active in the local Black Lives Matter chapter, suddenly has no problem with the police. He doesn't care if they patrol his neighborhood or anything. You see, Jerry Ford Jr., described as one of the leaders of the BLM movement on campus, told KTRK that he spotted a young man who was loitering outside his apartment one evening last week, but didn't think much of it. But when he went to unlock the door, the man pulled a gun, stole his wallet and his cell phone. Yeah. Ford lives in an apartment complex a few blocks from the UH campus in an area that's seen a spate of robberies and thefts, including burglary of dozens of vehicles. Because the housing is off campus, it's not patrolled by University of Houston police officers. Ford says that needs to change. Oh, really? Why? Why does that need to change? I would hope that they would take a bigger stance and put more security over here, because you've got a lot of people walking back and forth to class. You don't really want police around you, do you? You do? The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is Jon-David Wells. God bless you. Carrollton Cowboy football next, Capel Cowboy football tomorrow, and I'll see you Monday for another edition of the Wells Report.
Dennis Prager warns of big changes if Hillary Clinton wins.
If Hillary Clinton wins, it will be a 50-50 question whether talk radio is suppressed or not. Because the Democrats have long wanted a fairness doctrine, meaning on radio, you have to have 50% conservative and 50% liberal. So that ends talk radio, the only active electronic medium that is conservative.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at noon, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on 660 AM. The Answer.
20 plus years of unemployment. That's what retirement is, or should be. But imagine still working when you're 75 because you didn't have an exit plan for the next stock market crash. If you think your current plan has too much risk, or you're tired of paying hidden fees, listen to Plain Talk No Worries with Rick Foster and Kevin Christ Saturdays at 4 p.m. Rick and Kevin will tell you the truth about the financial world we live in. No one knows when the next correction will be, so listen to Plain Talk No Worries with Rick Foster and Kevin Christ Saturdays at 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer.
We are visiting our friend Chef Tom Fleming at Crossroads Diner. What do you have cooking today, Tom?
We've talked before, and it's great to talk to you again. Let me ask you a question. When you're going to those other breakfast places, are they making stuff in-house? You should ask them. Because at the Crossroads Diner, well, we make a lot of things in-house. You might ask, what? Well, let me help you. Well, there's the sticky buns, our homemade pancake mix, our whole wheat pancake mix, biscuits made in-house, sauces made from scratch, jams and jellies, our chorizo, Italian sausage, our quiche. I could go on and on. But really, you just need to ask the other guys, are they doing that? Because I don't think they are, but know that we are.
Crossroads Diner. Come eat with them at their new location, now at the corner of Preston and Campbell in the Kroger Shopping Center. Open for breakfast and lunch, Tuesday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or visit them on the web at crossroads-diner.com. Home-style goodness meets traditional diner. Great recipes, fresh ingredients, comfortable environment, and genuine hospitality are the heart and soul of Crossroads Diner. They'll be waiting for you.
Hi, everybody. Michael W. Smith here. It is such an honor to be back in the land of Israel. This is my 4th trip to the land where my Lord lived, died, and rose again. I was very fortunate to shoot a music video here. We filmed at Masada, Galilee, the Garden Tomb, and many other places that you'll recognize when you see the video. It's been life-changing for me, to say the least. It's like taking a walk through the pages of the Bible. If you haven't toured Israel, I beckon you to come. It will change your life. God bless you all. Shalom.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Obama calling for immigration reforms Thursday night.
Yes, we've got to finally make meaningful, effective immigration reform a reality in this country.
The president speaking to the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute Awards dinner. A vigil Thursday night in Ohio where police shot and killed a 13-year-old boy they say pulled a pellet gun from his waistband during a chase after investigating a robbery investigation. A pastor saying what happened to Tyree King Wednesday wasn't right. Samsung issuing a voluntary recall of its Galaxy Note 7 smartphone following reports its batteries caught fire, but now federal regulators are issuing a formal recall of the devices.
It's a cleaner, more efficient recall that is smoothed out, and it also gives consumers the benefit of knowing that somebody has independently checked that remedy so that they don't have to go through further hassle.
U.S. Consumer Product Commission Chair Elliot Kay. Fox News, we report, you decide.